Okay, I'm ready.
Get me started so
okay.
you can ask the questions.
Well, how many pets have you had? What was your first pet?
First true pet was my dog, my little black poodle, Pierre, aka Petey.
Okay.
Petey was the hound dog, the horny hound dog of the neighborhood.
Okay.
They'd be gone for 3 days at a time, impregnating
all of the neighborhood dogs.
All the neighborhood dogs.
In Mount Lebanon.
Right. For years there was a strain of black curly hair. I love that dog. I love that dog.
What about whiskey?
One day I was a Cub Scout or a Boy Scout. I think it was Cub Scout, and I subscribed to Boy's Life magazine or Cub, one of them. And in the back pages, there was an ad for your send away for your own pet raccoon. It was from Florida in the Everglades, and you could get three styles.
I think I need your volume up higher. I think
you could get 3 styles.
Okay, the raccoon.
Tame, semi-tame, and wild. And in those times, they were all freight was shipped on Railroad Express.
They would put the raccoon on.
Put them in an orange crate. Because orange trees are down there, and they would use the wood from the old orange trees to make these crates to ship out there.
Okay.
And the price was $15 for semi-tame, delivered.
Okay.
I was maybe 11 or 12 years old. Sent the money, earned the money, worked in the fish market, saved up enough money to buy this. Put the money in the envelope, mailed it away. Now when you're a little kid, you know, like a day takes forever.
Yeah.
It was one of the longest stretches of time that I ever experienced. I'd come home every day from school, go in the garage, yell up the stairs to my mom, "Is it here yet?" No! No! This went on for months. One day, I was with my brother Sam, and I yelled, "Is it here yet?" "Yeah, it's in the garage." "Be careful."
So he arrived.
Yeah, he arrived. Ran in the garage. I could still see it. It was on a 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sunny day. Sam, a couple other neighborhood kids were crowded around. And the smell, this thing had been, there's chicken wire on the top, nailed in with little screw eyes. And then it was in a straw. And you could barely see it because it was dark. And it was about this big, an orange crate.
Okay.
The smell, I can still smell it. We got the claw hammer.
Was your dad there?
No.
Just the kids?
He was at work, just the 4 of us.
Okay.
Got the claw hammer, pulled up this chicken wire, and you could tell there was an animal in there. Breathing, heavy breathing. And I looked in there, got closer and closer. Suddenly, and just the whole cage shook. It scared the living daylights out of me. I said, Sam, we're gonna get some boxing gloves. At the time, we all took boxing lessons. We're gonna get the boxing gloves, and I'm too afraid. You reach in. We had a special cage made for it to come when it was ready.
Okay.
Had a cage ready and everything. I said, Sam, I'm too afraid. You reach in there and get it. Put it in the cage. Sure enough, Sam goes into the cage to get it. Another one of those. But this time, jumped out of the cage and is running through the garage door opening into the daylight.
He escaped.
Escaping.
How did you get
waddling
him?
like this. You know, oh my God, he's escaping. chased him down into the next door neighbor's. Low had a garage that was lower than ours, which was also open. We chased him into there, and somehow he got lodged up in the the springs
Like the
of
rafters?
the door.
Oh.
Somehow, I don't know. There must have been something there. Somehow he got up there,
Well, he was semi-tame.
and he was like for fear of his life.
How did you get him down?
Good question. About 4:35, I heard the leather footsteps of the kid that lived in a house where the raccoon was lodged. His Jewish father coming up the steps. I could still hear the click click of his shoes. We ran out and told him what had happened. He was dressed in a beautiful, immaculate blue suit. He puts on the boxing gloves. Got the cage next to it. Reaches up there. This thing is trying to bite him. And I know it's dinner time here, but the raccoon lets it go on him. It was bad. Real bad. And he was a composed man. He wasn't swearing, or he just took it all in. And he said, there, that's it. Get this thing out of here. Wheeled it back to my garage, and that's what started.
Did you put him on a leash?
Put him on a leash in the backyard. We had a big apple tree in the backyard. And then it started to get colder and snowing. And at night he'd leave a big circle under the tree, trying to, on the perpendicular, on the circle when you go out as far as you can.
He was trying to get free?
Trying to get free. And I'd feed him, and he'd go up into the tree, and slowly but surely he became accustomed to me feeding him.
You could feed him out of your hand?
He'd eat anything. Feed him out of your hand. Way up in the tree. And we bonded.
How did he get free?
One day he escaped.
Did you ever see him again?
Oh yeah, he escaped. And I'd come back for the food. But I'd set out little food. And then one day I set a trap. And we trapped him. But he had been gone 6 months, and he became wild again. So my dear father, put the boxing gloves on in the cage and was transferring them again. This time, the raccoon bit him in his silk suit on the instep of his thigh.
Really?
Broke the skin, bleeding profusely. My dad, unlike our neighbor, was swearing profusely. Got in the car, went up to St. Clair Hospital. Sat down with a nurse, told her what had happened. I got bit by a coon. What? got bit on my leg by a coon. Then they had to say, this is serious. You got to keep that raccoon under surveillance for 10 days. He starts foaming at the mouth, or yada yada. You got to get up here right away. Right.
Okay.
Very painful.
Okay.
Rabies shots. Fatal. Rabies are fatal.
Okay.
Sure enough, the raccoon escaped on the 10th day. And thereafter, my father, anything that would ail him,
would say it was because of
often reference the raccoon.
Whiskey, the raccoon.
Whiskey. I think because he had little whiskers.
But he was semi-wild, which is the same as semi-tame.
That time he escaped. Caught him another time, dropped him with bologna or salami. He ate 4 pounds of bologna. He was so comatose in the garage again. We caught him in another garage. So comatose he couldn't move from eating too much bologna. Then he finally escaped, and we never did see him again. But for years, the raccoon eradication business, I heard around the neighborhood that they were doing a big business.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Bob Wholey with his story of whiskey, the raccoon. Good job, Bob.
Thank you.
So I